12 mini lecture, I chose to go over the kind of second portion of the chapter about hunger and mostly focusing on body weight and all those types of things. So, first, we have hunger as a basic need that must be met before other needs. Food is kind of our energy for our body to keep us going every day, and it's very important to keep us alive and healthy. There's certain things in food like nutrients and vitamins that we need, other things we don't necessarily need like sugars and fats, but we do need good fats. In general, food provides us energy to live our lives. The brain is very much involved in how we eat and how much we weigh, and then unfortunately there are many things and life-threatening disorders in which people refuse to eat and try to maintain a healthy body weight. I have healthy body weight in quotation marks because essentially these disorders unfortunately give us unfortunately disproportionate ideas of food. So body weight is tightly regulated by the brain in animal models and humans. So we have body weight set point, which is the body weight that is maintained by brain systems. We have the ventromedial hypothalamus, or VMH, which is a brain region related to the body weight set point, and damage to this region results in a new, higher set point. Obese means overweight such that it is unhealthy. The lateral hypothalamus, or LH, is a brain region related to the body weight set point, and damage to this region causes a new, lower set point. So the VMH is a higher set point, LH is a lower. And basal metabolism is the bodily process that breaks down food for energy. Like I said, there are things in the food we eat that we need to keep our body going day to day, and basal metabolism breaks down the food for this. Body weight is regulated outside of our consciousness or control, so we don't necessarily realize. And for example, in animals, some manipulations that we might expect to change an animal's body weight have no effect. These experiments have led to the body weight set point, and then damage to the particular areas of the brain control body weight so that the brain does in fact maintain the body weight. So again, VMH, lesions in the VMH result in eating more and gaining weight, and lesions in the LH means you eat little and starve. So the brain carefully regulates sugar and fat to avoid energy shortages. Again, in our food, we have good fats and good sugars that we need from day to day. And the brain regulates these so that we don't get energy shortages. So for vocabulary, we have glucose, which is a simple sugar used by the brain and body cells for energy. And then a fat or a lipid is a long-term reservoir for glucose. Natural selection favors monitoring of body weight because managing energy is critical for survival. And then the running out of glucose is fatal as well. And finally, we have the factors that control appetite. So we have hormones, which are chemicals released from one part of the body that enter the bloodstream and affect other parts of the body. An arcuate nucleus is a hypothalamic region that receives hormonal signals about energy stores and stimulates other brain regions to trigger either hungry or satiety. And then leptin is a hormone secreted by fat cells that signals the arcuate nucleus about energy stores. So neither hunger nor thirst depend on signals from the mouth. Instead, many signals report to the brain. So while the stomach contributes to our sensation of hunger and fullness, it's not necessary for us to have these sensations. We see that many signals report to the brain how much and what kind of food is eaten, and then this as well as the state of energy reserves in the body. Many signals report to the brain. And then hormone signals for different organs report to the brain about nutrient stores. And the arcuate nucleus has hormone signals especially. And then I mentioned leptin before, but leptin acts like a reporting mechanism, and the more fat that's present in the body, the more the leptin is secreted into the bloodstream. And then leptin is detected in the arcuate nucleus, constantly telling the brain how much long-term storage of glucose we have in fat. Example is like the mice on page 514 of the chapter, but Mice have a genetic defect in the gene for leptin that don't seem to get the signal that they have enough fat, so they can overeat until they become remarkably obese. And these mice can be prevented from becoming obese by injecting them with leptin. There was a study done, and for a while, these findings about leptin raised the hope that leptin injections might do for obese people what they do for mice. But unfortunately, it turns out only a few people in the world are obese because they lack leptin. Obesity is common, but only a few cases in the world come from the leptin problems. So while it can be fixed in animals, it is hard to fix it in humans. That's it for chapter 12.